Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
Hi, Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
The Tired Farm.
It's Monday, July 8th. 77 degrees and sunny out. God, it was hot this weekend. Oh my God.
Let's just say if you looked at my shirt, you would have thought I went swimming.
It was a miserable hot weekend except for yesterday.
It started that way, it ended, didn't end that way, though.
Yeah, it started really hot. We had a cold front through early. And then, it was kind of cooled down. So, we attempted to go to the beach yesterday. Well, my brother and sister-in-law and nieces were up because we had a family party on Saturday. Mm-hmm. We attempted to go to the beach on Sunday. There was no beach. Cat quake!
Sit over here, you little python. Keep going.
So, there was no beach. I'll insert some video footage at the end of the video. You can see there's no beach. It was insane.
By the way, she is not referring to no beaches and they didn't go. She's saying no beaches in physically.
Like, there's like 3 or 4 sets of entrances to get to the beach we went to. 3 of them were the one big staircase was blocked off. There's 2 staircases that kind of merge into one. That was blocked off. You could get down through the one entrance on one part of the beach, but it was like you really couldn't do anything because the lifeguard was screaming at you to get out of the water, even when you were standing still and the waves hit you. And you were like as far back as you could go. I think the lifeguard was a little frustrated with their life. Catquake!
I'm still here.
Cat's quaking up the road. So. But at least we didn't have
I got ya this time!
Oh my God. The poor cat. The poor cat. I was like, okay, I'm done. Get me out of here.
We'll get 2 minutes apiece.
Right. If you were affected by the earthquake in California.
Sorry!
Oh my goodness. Our thoughts are with you because holy cow.
I was in like a 2.0 and it freaked me out. I don't even want to know. Let me see. 7, 2, that is a difference of 5 zeros. So that's 100,000 times worse. I actually found out that the Richter scale is actually 10 to that power.
10 to that power. Okay, well.
So 7 has 1 and 7 zeros.
That makes sense because with the 6.4 that was July 4th, they everybody thought was the main event, and then Friday night with the 7.1 they said it was 11 times stronger. So that makes sense.
So yeah, not fun.
California's not a place I'll ever live.
Unless I was in like a flying house.
I'm knocking off places I don't want to live.
No problem. I don't have any problem if you live there. I have no problem visiting.
I just don't want to live there.
Yep. I'm sorry. I am happy that the worst thing I have to deal with is a blizzard. Because in the grand scheme of things, your house is still there after a blizzard.
Yeah.
Tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes.
There's a chance
debatable.
it's not. So,
I would say that the blizzard probably is more lethal if you're caught out in it.
Yeah.
Unless that's property damage, it just sucks being that cold. But anyway, now that we're done depressing everybody.
Don't have a whole lot of comments this week. A couple of people told us where they live. One person did not tell us where they live, but I know where she lives. So, we have viewers in Alabama, in Arkansas,
Yep.
in Texas,
Yep.
and in Northeast Ohio.
Yep.
And hi, Heather!
Greetings.
That's literally all the comments were people telling us where they lived. And Andrea said finally because it took forever for the video to upload Wednesday.
3 tries?
2.
I think you said you tried overnight.
2.
Oh, you did?
I tried overnight and then I didn't have time to re-kick it on Wednesday morning before I went to work.
May I make a suggestion tomorrow night? Show me how you do this so you can just text me and go, hey, Joe, can you reboot it?
Okay.
Because I do leave an hour after you do.
True story.
As long as it doesn't involve baking more of the cookies in 2 trays, I'm good.
I love you, honey.
I love you too.
So that's our comments for the week. So moving along to whips. Whips. Yee. Yee.
My turn? Or your turn?
You go. You always go first.
I know, that's what I was asking. You sometimes you like to randomly change things up on me.
Nope.
Dragons of Sumatra. Get some work done. Also switch frames, because this is more portable. Explain that in a second.
Ink circles. Dragon of Sumatra.
I was over here. I got that and that done. A little bit of work, actually.
And that's on Picture This Plus 16 count Thunderstorm in BMC 115. That's all he worked on. I'm no crazy human being who works on 60 things. So I worked on the Wise Man from my nativity set. What did I do? I did a couple different of my Pluckley UK prompts for him. I did Fright Corner, and I did Greystone's Haunted Monk. A couple of my submissions for Pluckley UK did not get tokens. I'm not entirely sure why, but what else?
I'm sorry.
As I said, whatever, it is what it is. I got stitches in on it, so who cares? So I worked on him some more after we filmed on Wednesday, and I know I did because it's written down. I think he got worked on for a couple other prompts too, on other things. But I'll be devil if I could remember. I'll take him out and I'll remember. And then I worked on Ride Forth Singing. I used for the apparition of the Gypsy Lady, the Black Silhouette at the Mill, and the Coachman. And then I gotta find it. And the Wiseman is just on whatever gray came in the Janlin kit, because it was a Janlin kit. Here we have. Can you see it? Ride Forth Singing. So I worked on the flower. Let me fold this just a little bit.
Wow, I think that's actually as bigger than mine. Than Dragons.
Yes, she's a big one. Ride Forth Singing by Lindy Stitches. So I worked on her flower. Worked on some more flowers. The way the border is, it's like quarters. So halfway across the top they face this way, the other way half across the top they face this way, and so on and so forth for the sides and the bottoms. So I'm going to work on some borderage.
Borderage?
Yep, that's my word. Some borderage. I'm going to try to work on, when I work on this, do like get the 1/4 of the border done. Before I move on to something else on it. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I'm probably going to end up with tons of border and get myself mad. And then I worked on Lady Liberty for something. Other than the fact that it was the 4th of July on Thursday. Backward Designs, Lady Liberty. I am not drumming her. I'm stitching her top and her flag. And I'm going to square pillow her.
I like that word. I'm not drumming her.
I'm not drumming her. Here is what well, let's get the thread out of the way. I know I worked on her I've worked on her Friday a bit too, because Friday was Cheryl from Twinkle Stitch's birthday, and she's one who runs the Daily 30 group, so she had a little Stitch With Me blurb, like a little Stitch With Me pop-up event, and you could put up like in 50 increments. I only had 50 stitches on her because it popped up late afternoon, and we went to Paper Moon for the evening, so I only got like 50 stitches.
Paper Moon is a winery.
Paper Moon is a winery. So I got like 50 stitches in on her for that. But, you know, we're getting there with the dress. There is filling it on her dress. You can't see it very good on camera. And I just stitched the edge of her dress down. And yes, I stitched my needle minder. Ink Circles had released the I Voted sticker pattern last year at the election. I don't believe it is still on their website. I stitched it on perforated paper and made it a needle minder.
Well, they'll probably put it back up in November again.
I'm wondering if they put it up in 2020 again. It's possible. So, whoops!
You know, I put the epilepsy warning on this dang thing.
Apparently, I'm going to need to put a disclaimer on the front that everything shakes. You'd think we had it together at this point. Stretching to get my bag, because I have worked on bells some more. I don't know that I have. Oh, I do have the one prompt I worked on her for finished. Hold that thought. So I'm doing her for some yearly things for Daily 30. As well as some, what did I work on? Which one? Excuse me, 24 hours of cross stitch and the acrostic. I got the M done with the Magi. I got the T done because I applied bell to T for Tale as Old as Time. Hashtag obviously. I don't know what he's doing over there, people. And then I've got, what do I have?
The little dangly things on the end of your blanket.
Marked for U, I have Levity of Liberty, because USA. And R is Ride Forth Singing, because Ride Forth Singing. Hashtag obviously. And then I stitched on Belle for the Daily 30 July Monthly. Stitch on a project that reminds you of your favorite movie. Hashtag obviously done.
Well, since you don't have any people doing any provocative dancing, I'm pretty sure that has to work.
Oh, Lady Liberty is on... Lady Liberty is on 32 count hair heirloom by hand dyed by the Slovak farm. Hashtag me. Belle is on 14 count opalescence. I couldn't do it again if I tried. Colorway by hand dyed by the Slovak farm, aka me. So I am almost done with her skirting. I'm at the point where I have to follow the pattern because we have some fringes going on down here. I have her earmarked for a few other challenges. We'll get that into that with plans, which is next. And that's everything I've stitched on this week, I think. Hello, Kitty.
Ding Ding, 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 ding.
Until I have a lot full. Yep. That is everything I've stitched on this week. So, moving on. Hashtag daggone cat.
Hashtag you love them.
I do. No haul this week.
Actually, we did get sort of kind of a haul.
Thank God, no haul this week.
The memory card in your phone so that you don't have to keep interrupting every 10 milliseconds.
Yeah.
Technically, that's for stitching, because that's why we got it.
Oh, I got buttons for my Brooks Books bell, but I put them in her bag, so next time I take her out, I'll show them to you. Because I'll explain next time I stitch on Brooks Books bell. So plans! What's your plans?
Well, I switched the frame of Dragons of Sumatra down onto a Q-snap, so I can carry it around, because I actually want to see how much of that can get done by the retreat.
Let's get it done by April.
No, I want to see how much I can get done. I'm not going to get it done. I know better.
Goals. I like it. I like goals.
Yeah, I just focus on one thing.
Not me. Not me. Not me. Not me. Sorry. Okay, so.
Keep in mind, usually I don't see this stuff until we do the video, so I try to like.
I'm getting mean mugged.
By what?
By the cat.
For what?
I don't know. He was just mean mugging me.
I actually think that's just his face.
That could be. So it is. We are having Girls' Day Out on Daily 30 for the weekly. So our prompts are as follows. We are to stitch on something that would relate to something we would find at a thrift store. Where we go? I'm pretty sure you can find a nativity or two at a thrift store. Wanted to make sure I didn't pet and flash you. So we were working on the nativity. That's why he's been worked on today for that. Work on something you can relate to your favorite eatery. Well, there is nothing in a bakery that I don't like. Well, most things in a bakery I like. So, and I don't have it down here. I'm going to pull out Main Street Series Bakery. And
You're welcome, by the way.
On that, he came up with that idea because I was like, "What do I have that I could work food into?"
Actually, there's like Main Street Wellington.
It's like Main Street. You got a bakery going on there.
Oh, that's what they give a restaurant too.
There's a restaurant. There's a cafe there, but it's not technically wasn't around when I was for me. The bakery has always been a mainstay in Wellington, so the bakery. And the bakery has pizza that's really good. It was really good. It was really bad. Now it's really good again.
Which bakery is this?
The bakery in Wellington that Wendy owns. We know the bakery owner now. Somebody from our church bought it.
Oh, that's what she was talking about.
Yes.
People say things around me and never bother explaining it.
I thought we explained it to you.
I didn't know it was the bakery in town.
Oh, well, I didn't know you didn't know that was. So anyways, gal from our church bought the bakery. She runs the bakery now. She changed the pizza because the pizza sauce had holy crap, loads of sugar. She changed the pizza sauce and it's my favorite, but that's a squirrel. So we're
honey, this channel is literally the running of the squirrels when you spill a thing of peanuts.
Powered by squirrels. So we'll be doing that. We're taking a paint and wine night. So we are supposed to stitch on something that we can relate back to a sunset, flowers in a vase, a fruit bowl, a puppy, or a red barn. Because those are all the quintessential paint and wine night items that you paint. Except they didn't write down the face. I am going to work on, again, it's all the way over there behind you, and I don't feel like disrupting the flow to grab it. You saw it just recently, so I'm going to work on plant happiness for that, because #flowers. And then we have to somehow relate our stitching to the song Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. So for those of you who don't know the song, there's a line in the song about boys locking up the pretty girls or the beautiful girls. So guess what I'm going to work on for that? Are you screaming at your computer right now? I certainly hope you are. Because I'm going to work on Belle, because obviously Gaston wanted to lock Belle up with marriage, and Beast literally locked Belle up when she traded her freedom to get her father out. And then
What is that called? Stockholm Syndrome?
It is not Stockholm Syndrome.
She married her kidnapper,
Beast did not kidnap her.
He imprisoned her.
She went to find her father. She found her father. Beast told her to get out. She said, no, let my father go. I will take his place. And Beast said, fine. And the household item said, well, since we're going to keep her for a duration, let's put her in a nice room. And Beast started being nice to her. He wasn't holding her prisoner because she left and was able to come. He let her go. Okay. And she came back of her own volition. It's not Stockholm Syndrome.
What button did I find? Jeez.
Just like Beast doesn't have a name.
It is. It's called Prince Douchebag. Hey, when he was a prince, that was his name.
Yes. I also have one of my other July monthlies planned out whenever I get to stitch on it. It is going to be Plant Happiness, so I might just chug through when I do my stitches for the painting class and do my July monthly stitches. It is to stitch on something that is bubble related. And a circle can be bubble related, and our plants on Plant Happiness are in a circle. That's what I'm going with.
By the way, I would also say bubbles work great in the springtime, and when I think of springtime, I think of flowers. Trust me, you want me to link two things together?
And I still have my July acrostic from 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. I'm going to relate a few more things to it. I turned the fan off because it was too noisy. That's planned.
That's a common thing a lot of YouTubers do, actually. I was watching a video yesterday where he's like, yes, I am wearing a wife beater because my air conditioning is too loud.
Yeah, there's a lot of Flosstubers who are like, I had to turn off the air conditioning because it's too noisy, so we're going to make this quick because it's hot. It is hot. We don't have air conditioning. That's all there is to it. Boy, it's going to be a short video this week. Well, we've got a couple other things. I have shop update to talk about and retreat news to talk about. If those aren't your bag of tricks, I may have possibly
welcome thingy.
forgotten to say welcome to our new subscribers. Welcome back to our returning subscribers. And we got a new subscriber yesterday. So, hashtag, yeah, I'm terrible. This is a regular thing. So, if shop update and retreat update are not your thing, we will say farewell to you.
Question.
Our question of the week. What's our question of the week? Have you ever been to a retreat? Have you? Have you ever been to a retreat? And then we'll add, tell us about your experience if you have.
G-rated, please.
Please keep it G-rated.
I can think of a couple people we know who would moon somebody in a retreat.
Look, I ended up at a gay bar at a retreat.
Technically, that is G-rated.
That is G-rated. But I ended up drinking at a gay bar. At
Actually,
one of the
no, it
retreats
would be PG because there's alcohol.
There you go. So, all right. So if you're going to leave us here, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Okay, retreat update. Talked about the hotel last week. One thing that I don't think I mentioned last week on the video, because I think I found out after we filmed, the hotel is going to open up the room blocks so that if you want to come in Thursday and stay Thursday night, you'll get the group rate. So, what can you expect with our retreat? That would probably be something you'd like to know, right? Kick the gosh darn it earthquake.
We're in California.
Sorry, peeps. Yeah, that was too soon. So what can you expect with our retreat? Well, you can expect this craziness.
Did you ever ask them if they had a projector?
They do. We don't have room for it.
But projectors aren't that big.
They're set up for the projector we don't have room for.
Poopy schnitzel.
So the retreat is $75 a person.
Plus room fees.
Obviously plus your fees for your room and your transportation.
Parking is...
And parking. We already talked about that last week.
I know, I'm just going over everything.
If you have questions about that, we'll go look at last week's video, or better yet, join the Facebook group below for attendees. It's got all of the information there. So for your $75, you're gonna get it's a $30 non-refundable deposit for room fees. I'll add an asterisk to that by saying, if I fill up to 50 and I have a wait list and somebody pulls in off the wait list, and if you've canceled, I'd probably be able to refund you the whole fee. But if I don't fill up, $30 non-refundable. There are only 50 spots total. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots taken. I have 9 spots taken. So, the plan is when we hit about 30, 40-ish people, I will make sure that we have space before you book the room and work on your retreat. When we get to the 30, 40 people, I am asking that you book the hotel room prior to paying for the retreat, because I need to have the hotel rooms, but I need to have the rooms booked in the hotel. So I will say before, when we get to about 40 people, I'll let you guys know, in the group, I'll let people know where we're at as far as spots and spaces before you book your room. If you book your room and I send you the information for payment and you haven't paid your deposit by the time we start getting up there in the 40 range, I will bug you for your deposit, because if you don't pay me your deposit within 2 weeks of us hitting 50, your spot goes to somebody else.
I believe that is called fair.
I think I think that is fair as well. Other retreats that fill up ask you to pay in full before your spot or your spot will go to somebody else. I just would like your deposit so that we kind of have that all sorted. So you're also going to get a dinner on Saturday night. It is a baked potato bar, a salad bar, and the hotel, the catering company that the hotel uses actually offers grilled chicken to go with both of those, so that there's some extra protein in there for you if you need it. I figure that is enough to appease most diets. Because I know no carb, low carb.
There's enough crazy things around there that can get food.
And yeah, there's enough around that if you can't find something, you can even bring it in, obviously, because it's a Residence Inn. There will be little goodie bags.
Whose contents are still pending.
Well, I'm not going to tell you what I'm putting in the goodie bags until you get them anyways. That's a surprise.
I just had a cute idea, but I'll tell you after the video.
There will be a boutique, a shop boutique. Just Stitching Inc. from Strongsville, Ohio is our LNS. She has graciously decided, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. She is our boutique for the retreat, so she's going to have her stuff set up in the room. She's going to have some of her stuff set up in the room so you can shop with her. You do have privileges to come and go as you please at the hotel with your parking fee. So there is also Crafty U, which is in Broadview Heights, which I think is about 35 minutes-ish from where we're staying. If you're feeling adventurous, in Canton, there is the Little Creek Needle Works, I think is the name of it.
That's called, if you live to the south, get it on the way in or out.
Again, if you're feeling adventurous, out in Vermilion, there is Claire's Stitching Post. I will tell you, I don't know how far Canton is from downtown Cleveland, but Vermilion is going to be about an hour.
Canton's about that too, or more.
Well, like I said, if you're feeling adventurous, whatever. We have several shops around. But like I also said, Shelly's going to be there with Just Stitching as a boutique. The Solbach Farm will be there with fabric, with as much fabric and as many bags as I can get made between now and then. And obviously, if I don't have what you want, we can do orders.
Oh, remind me once the weather cools off to have you show me how to make bags so I can help. Since now we have 2 sewing machines.
True story. The hardest part is cutting the fabrics.
Oh, that's easy.
That is literally...
For me, that's easy.
Well, maybe doing the top.
Give me the dimensions and I will get it for you. Keep in mind, also, to me, that's just like doing it with wood or anything else. I mean, have you seen what I do in my blocky video games where I make battleships and palaces and volcanoes?
Well, as long as I don't pick rayon fabric to make bags out of.
Rayon?
Yep, I'll show you what it looks like when we're done, because I did it, and I have some, and that was the fabric that wasn't behaving today.
Yeah.
So, you get all that. We are doing a gift exchange. Details haven't been worked out yet.
We're trying to find a non-drama. By the way, the theme of our retreats is no drama.
The theme of our retreat is no drama.
I am definitely allergic to drama. It brings out my inner a-hole.
Yes, there's no drama. So we're going to do a gift exchange. We're going to do a freebie table. That's obviously going to be easy. I'm going to have a table laying there.
And we're also going to try to do a brag table, I think.
We're going to do a freebie table. Put your stuff on it. Take what you want. I don't know what I'm going to do with the stuff when we're done with it, but I'll work that out.
Actually, I think talk to Shelly.
Shelly does something with the freebie stuff from the Needlework Guild. So I'm going to talk to her about what we can do with it. And all of that. We are doing a brag table. The details are slightly sketchy on that, but I think it's going to be probably limited to like 2 items per guest at the most. Just for space concerns. We are going to do raffles and all of that. The intent is to donate the funds, the fundraiser monies from raffles and all of that, and whatever else we do for fundraiser, to the church that we attend, to the youth that go to World Youth Day. The next World Youth Day is not until 2020. So I'm not entirely sure if we're going to have an idea in April of whether or not any of the kids are going. The next World Day is in Lisbon, Portugal. Hello, do you need a chaperone? No, I'm kidding. I don't fly. So I've got to get with a couple of folks at the church to see if there's any kids at this point interested in going, and how that's going to work. If we don't do the World Youth Day use, it'll go to one of two community funds, either the community meal or the community food bank. Both of those, function through our church. So, and the community meal is church members come in, they cook a meal. The church does reimburse the church members for the meal. So that's where the money would go, is to that reimbursement for you went out and bought the things to make the meal. And then the community comes down and they get a meal for free. It's mostly, older folks who don't really, have that socialization that maybe younger folks do. And then the community food bank obviously distributes food to the less fortunate in the community. So those are kind of our ideas for the fundraiser, and I put it out there on the group last night. I haven't got any objections at this point. The responses I've gotten is, that sounds great, that sounds fabulous. I mean, obviously, if you would decide to attend and you have some serious objections to the fundraiser, we can talk about it. We can work it out. We can make it happen. I mean, if I'm going to have people who are objecting to it, I don't want to do a fundraiser that people are going to object to and not want to donate to. But so far the response has been good for it. So, the stitching room, my plan right now is to have the stitching room open by noon on Friday. Fun night is this week, so I will talk to Shelly this week about what her plans are for getting set up. My hope is to have it open no later than noon on Friday. Maybe get it open a little bit earlier on Friday. There will be a check-in desk. So you'll come in, you'll check in. You'll have either your stitch name badge. I haven't even announced that in the group yet. Stitch a name badge. Or if you don't want to stitch a name badge,
get a piece of paper and a Sharpie.
We'll get something pretty you can stick on, because I'm gonna have name tag holders.
That little individual piece stamp set I got you, with the alphabet on it.
That might work. We'll think of something so that you have a pretty, something decorative to write your name on. If you don't want to stitch a name badge, it's a personal thing. Plenty of retreats have printed name badges. Plenty of retreats have stitched name badges. Plenty of retreats have both. It's up to you. This is no drama, no stress, none of that. I don't know if I mentioned it last week, but the hotel is providing extension cords to each table. One person at the table will have to provide a power strip. If you need a power strip, they are rentable from the hotel, but it is $15 per day. You can get a power strip for $15 from
No, you can get a power strip for like $5 or $10 over at Family Dollar or a Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a cheap power
Or
strip.
go to Big Lots. No, not to just go to Big Lots.
We don't need that many power strips in our house.
Oh no, I was actually let the people keep the dang things.
We don't need that many
Give me
power
$5.
strips.
Hey, so you can get the damn thing.
So, and obviously, plan accordingly. If you don't need your power strip, you don't need to drag it down there. But the stitching room will be locked up on Friday night. As of right now, the plan is 11 o'clock.
You want to make it really late? Have it do it when I'm going to bed. I'll do the lockup.
We haven't exactly worked out how lockup's working with the hotel. That may be one of those things that becomes a fluid situation once we get there and get set up. The plan right now is to lock up at 11 o'clock. So anything you leave in the stitching room will be locked up and it will be safe.
But you won't be able to get to it until the next
But
morning.
you won't be able to get to it till 8 o'clock Saturday morning. After I've awoken and had breakfast. At least
you
that's
don't want to bug me before food.
what I'm thinking is, like I said, the locking of the room, we haven't exactly worked out the details with the hotel. She said, well, we're going to work on that when we get a little bit closer. There is, what was I going to say? Oh, as far as after 11 o'clock, party people, I mean, there's a casino. Pretty sure I'm going to the casino at least once in the weekend because it's like 2 blocks away.
By yourself.
He doesn't want to go, so.
No, my family has a bad history with casinos, and I know me. I go to a casino, I'm going to be broke.
Look, I just want y'all to know it is possible. It is opening weekend for the tribe, and y'all better be lucky. I am not going to a tribe game. Trying to go to a tribe game.
I would be mean at you.
So as of right now, that's where we're at with the retreat. When I get a better idea on the smallest exchange, I will let you know. We'll communicate it. When I get a better idea on the fundraiser, I'll communicate it. When I get a better idea on the brag table, I'll communicate it, obviously. But the Facebook group will be linked below. All of that stuff will be included on the Facebook group.
We still got 9 months, so we got plenty of time to figure the crap out. And some of it will be figured out the day it starts. Sorry.
And
Knowing us.
knowing me, yeah.
Let's just say, please be aware this is our first one, and it might take us halfway through or the entire retreat to get some kinks worked out.
Exactly. This is our retreat, our first retreat that we're planning. I do have a little bit of help coming in from a couple of friends, but the reality is, I need feedback either way, to be honest. I need feedback, good, bad, indifferent.
I only have one caveat about bad.
Can I get that
No.
far? If you come to the retreat and you experience the retreat, I would like feedback because the good I would like to keep. If there's something that you don't like that didn't work well, I need to know that so that we can change it. But I ask that if you have something negative to say, you say it nicely.
Can I say one other part to that?
What?
Also, please have constructive criticism, which means if you didn't like something, say what it was, when it happened, and why. Just saying, I didn't like this is not enough information for us to know what the problem is. We need to know exactly why it bothered you so we can fix it.
That's a very good point. If something isn't to your liking, knowing why it isn't to your liking is helpful, so that way if it's something that we can change and we can fix, it can be done in a constructive way. If it's something that's like, you know, and obviously certain retreats don't work for certain people. I get that. StitchCon would not work for me. It's too many people. Like, and everybody that's been has said, oh, it's not that bad. You know, Pam and Steph were talking. The room can hold up to 600 people, and they only had 400 people in it, so they had plenty of space. And from what I've heard from people, they had a fabulous experience. I still can't do 400 people. I've had a hard time with a couple of retreats, with the retreats we've been to that are in the 150 to 200 people range. It's just, I can't do a large group of people. So there are going to be types of retreats that don't work for everybody. I also don't like the retreats where you're paying a large sum for a class which I may or may not enjoy. To me, the sit and stitch style retreat is what I like best. And so I also have to say that if there is some things that you don't like, I ask that while you voice yeah, I wasn't too fond of that. It's not something I like. I don't want to sound rude saying you kind of got to remember, I'm going with what works for me. There's a lot of retreats out there. We're a drop of many. I'm just trying to get people together. That is my goal with this retreat, is to get people together and to have a good time and to form those connections with people.
So basically you want to BS and stitch.
Basically, all I want to do is sit around and stitch and chat.
Now.
What?
When I'm talking about, one of the reasons why I said for the criticism was kind of like, and no, this is not actually, it's just an example. You get sandwiches, you don't like them. Okay, why don't you like them? Because they have Swiss cheese, I prefer American. Do you have any idea how easy it would be to put it? Okay, we'll have a cheese selection next time. That way, all our ideas don't have to be completely scrapped, but they can just be modified a little.
Right, and that's why I really went back and forth as we were working on setting down a hotel with the food option, because I know that there are people who are carb free, are gluten free, are keto, are this or that, and they can't. You know, it's like, so if I have a meal, what kind of meal can I have to get the most number of people able to eat that food? Because you're paying for it. So, I mean, that's why I went with what I went with. What?
Oh, trying to remember it now. So it's far this like 5 minutes. Me personally, when it comes to retreats, I'm one of those people that, like, I work for a small company because I don't want to work for a big company. Could I make more money working for a big company? Yes. Would I feel like a string of numbers with a letter on the end of it? Yes. I go into work and my boss goes, "Hey, Joe, how many big companies have the owner, CEO, look at every single employee and know their names and know a thing or two about them?" And I like intimate, small stuff. That's why I like the idea of this retreat. I want to be able to look at everybody and go, "Hello." I don't want to sit there and need a glass of water and some throat spray from saying hello to everybody. Because I would try with 400 people. She knows I would. It wouldn't work well.
You know, I want to be able to, now, I'm going to say this, but I'm terrible with names. But I want to try to be able to, if you come this year and then you come next year, or, you know, if you come to the 2020 retreat and then you come to 2021, I want to be able to have a better odds of saying, "I remember you," rather than, even if I don't remember your name, because I have a real good ability to remember a face that I've interacted with before, but sometimes names aren't always there. And I mean, there are people who I've met at the larger retreat who I've gone, "I met you before? I don't remember you." And that makes me feel terrible. Whereas, even though I feel bad when I look at somebody and go, "I know I've met you before, but I can't remember your name," at least I remember meeting you.
In all honesty, that's why I like name badges. Because I'm making a face. I know her. Oh, yeah! And one recommendation for name badges, also put the state you're from.
Yes, please.
At least try.
And this retreat is not about Flosstube.
No, because the projector got... I was actually thinking of creating a 72-hour playlist of Flosstube, randomizing it, and just playing it.
I mean,
throughout
really.
the entire retreat.
Put a handful of Pam and Stuff's videos and a handful of Jessie Marie's videos, and there you go. They got movie videos. I love them both, by the way. But this retreat is not about Flosstube, it's about stitching. And there's nothing wrong with the retreats that are about Flosstube. It's just not what we're about.
Also, the benefit of being so small, if you want to come say hi to us, you're not going to have to wait in line. And if you do, go sit down, wait 5 minutes. It's not that big of a room. Just wait until there's nobody in front of us about us.
Even if the retreat was about Flosstube, you wouldn't have to wait in line because we're not a very big channel.
Yeah, but you get my point. Who knows? We might hit it big by April. It's happened.
So, there we are. I think we've spent more time talking about the retreat than anything else. That's not true.
Yes.
There's plenty of other content. So, shop updates next. We filmed it before this, so you're going to hear me talk like I'm crazy. Okay, if you haven't left us, shop update is real quick. We'll do that first, and then we'll do retreat update. Maybe I should do retreat update before shop update.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea that way.
Okay, so when you watch this, guess what? It's going to be backwards, and you're going to go, you're a dork.
If you haven't figured out we're dorks yet, you're the one new subscriber.
Nuttier than a squirrel turd.
You're nuttier than a payday.
True story. So the one thing we have for shop update is I am going to, well, okay, so I have two things for shop update. The first one being I'm working on updating some pictures because somebody wanted a piece of fabric dyed in a color and it came out very different with the full piece of fabric than the little square sample I did. So as I start dyeing colors, so if you dye something that's still the little square sample, know that I might message you and tell you it's it's lighter than the picture. And if that's, an issue, we'll just dye a little bit more of it, and then I'll update it to be an accurate representation of the color. I knew a couple of them were kind of dark when I dyed them initially, so it happens. The other update I have is we are going to start a Bag of the Month club. It is, pick your size, so a 9x9, a 12x14, or a 12x18. It is $2 off of list price for whichever bag you choose. So a 9x9 is $13. A 12x14 is $18. A 12x18 is $23. And it is a minimum 3-month commitment. After your first 3 months, you can say, hey, can we, can't do this month. At this point, I'm going to let you say, if after the first 3 months, you can say, hey, can't do this month, and I'll see where you're at next month. Because I know things happen and people, 1 month might work a little bit differently than the other. I've got one person in the club right now, so I can do that because, it's kind of a small thing and I can be a little bit understanding. So that's it for shop update. This is going to be the very end of the video. So, like us, subscribe to us, and comment below answering the question. And, because we like reading the comments, interacting with you guys.
Hey, can we get some likes for the puppy dogs?
And there's the pupper girls.
Likey for puppy.
There's the puppy.
Yes, I'm shameless.
Shameless.
Do you choose the thumbnail or does it automatically choose it for you?
It automatically picks it. Although, it gives me 3 options, so.
Oh, there are some people that actually just take screenshots and use that.
Yeah, I haven't got that far in life yet, so.
Well, they're usually playing video games, actually manually screenshot it.
There's a way you can screenshot it and do it, but hashtag I'm too lazy to do that. So, peace out, guys.
Bye-bye.